Well, happy Friday, Aaron.
It's Friday?
Yeah, the episode's released on Friday.
You always get me with that, man.
I know, that's why I say it.
Oh, man. So we've been talking to a lot of artists here lately, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this gentleman really astounded me on our initial consult with the issues he brought to light and really his mindset. So, Tim, you ready?
Absolutely. I cannot wait to get this conversation started.
All right. Young Junior, aka Young JR, welcome to No Streetlights Podcast.
Hey, man, it's an honor. It's an honor.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, man. Thank you. So, Young Junior, why don't we get into it? So, who are you? Like, we know you as an artist, but the audience may not know exactly who you are. So, let's give them a pretty good rundown of the man, the myth, and the legend himself.
Yeah, for sure. I say first, I'm a human. I'm real.
Yes.
I'm a human. I'm real. I'm a father. You know, I'm a single father of 3.
Dang, that's tough.
I'm a family guy. You know, I'm all over the board, man. You know, but all more importantly, you know, I'm a human being. I'm a person.
Yeah, that's something I'm really hoping to convey in this episode. I mean, the tentative title I have in my heart is, if you hate rappers, listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
Because in our conversation, we were talking about the same stuff. And so many people have this deep-seated stigma of like, this is a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas
yeah, that's true.
When we talk,
that's true. Like,
yeah, go.
Yeah, that's true. Like people look at it just like one-sided. They don't see around or before or after or, you know, because at the end of the day, when the cameras are off, everybody are, you know, who they are, you know. So I think that's important. And like for me to be an artist to like open up more so people can be in tune with my life because I'm really a cool person outside of that. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. You see that a lot too. Like people get so hung up on like the persona, like whatever it is that you're putting forward, like through your music or, you know, if you were acting or anything like that. Everybody gets so caught up, like they think that you are that person. But it's like, man, when these cameras turn off, like I just become a normal dude.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like the same thing like for wrestlers or actors, you know, you probably think some of the most hardcore actors or wrestlers are like that.
Yeah.
You know, and they're different. Well, probably Brock Lesnar probably would be that like that.
Brock Lesnar is that guy.
But other than that, you know, everybody has their own personality. I think it's real important to get to know people, you know. At least give them that one chance, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I understand that you're from Chicago originally.
Yeah, born in Chicago.
But you grew up in Memphis, right?
Correct. You did your research.
I am here for a reason. Okay. It's not just the beard that Tim always points out in our YouTube plug, which if you're watching us on YouTube, we're also on Spotify and Apple. If you're listening on Apple and Spotify, which a lot of our friends listen to us there on their long drives. And we're really happy to be able to get you into thinking about what you've been through, how it changed you, what you learned on those long drives. But Brittany, Tim's wife, does an amazing job on the edits on YouTube. Shout out to Brittany.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Shout out to Brittany.
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend checking us out over there as well. Alonzo, whenever we spoke before, I love that the first thing you said was, I'm a father. I'm a single father. 3 children, right?
Yeah.
That is a large crew you have with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
But then we kind of went into what topics you're exploring in your music and how you want to evolve as an artist.
Yeah.
So do you either want to talk about your background or the next chapter for you? What's
you can ask away. We most definitely could talk about the background. You know, I'm open book. It's cool.
Okay.
So what you like to know?
So as Aaron already mentioned, you were raised in Memphis. So how do like what experiences did you have in Memphis, and how does that translate to the music that you're putting out?
I say like my experience in Memphis, like most definitely experience like you just wouldn't forget, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I just say far as like just coming up in a very real place that's challenging, go through different challenges. There's poverty there. There's opportunity there if you want to make it there. But, for the most part, it's a real hard city. You got to really make something of yourself, to have anything or to become something. But I say coming up there, it was tough, My mother was a single mom, single mom of 3. She worked as a cafeteria lady, in the schools, throughout different schools, whatever, assistant kids or whatever.
The greatest of people.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Actual
sure.
heroes.
Yeah, for sure. So, we grew up in a small broken home, you would call it, but for the most part, my mom made the best to make ends meet, to take care of us, to make sure that, that we're okay, for sure. Always respected that she worked, you know. But we wasn't the kids that had the Jordans and the brand new video games that came out. I had to go like to friend houses to play games, and sometimes they would lend me their shoes, and give me their shoes. It was real. I went through like real chapters of life. Just figuring it out, and sometimes going with and sometimes going without. I think all those different things that I went through, as we go through the interview, we probably dive a little more off into it, but I just figure like all those different chapters that I went through, just have to earn or just not having and knowing that I need or want this made me hunger, made my hunger more and made me hungry to like, eventually I'm going to have this. Eventually I'm going to go for this, because I never been the type that been a hater. It's only going to be 2 things. When you see someone that's, whether they expect they have it all, but they don't. But if you see something that inspires you, you're either going to do 1 or 2. You're going to be inspired by it and be like, hey, I like that. That's cool. I want to do that one day. Maybe different, but I like it. You might tell the person that you like it by giving them their props, because something in you that just want to express that. That's someone that's genuine. And you have the other option, someone to see it and be like, oh, how did he get that? Or what did he do to do this? And why I'm not this? And I just never been that guy, but I always see people progressing out here on a daily. And I always be like, wow, that's dope. That just inspired me to just keep going. So I say, coming up in Memphis, not really having much and making the best out of what I had would shape me to be able to like survive other places, because like if I already been at my worst and I come from nothing, what could you take from me and what could you make me feel? Nothing. So I hope that answered it.
No, I think that answered it beautifully, honestly. And I really like how you touched on the fact that growing up, like you were appreciative of what you had, and you also knew that you wanted to strive for more. And I find that very inspiring to me personally. And I feel like a lot of the listeners will hear the same thing, because it is tough, like growing up, especially if like, the guy next door or the friend down the street or whatever, they have like the shiny new thing, and you're kind of, growing up for me, it was like my friends would have like a PlayStation 3 and I had a Nintendo 64. And like for me, I was happy. I was like, I have a Nintendo. It's like 2005. They don't make new games for it anymore. I didn't care. I was still playing Super Mario Brothers and having a great time, man. But it's so easy to get caught up in that whole like jealousy and hatred of that, But you seem like you've really strived past that.
Yeah, I feel like with jealousy, it's either when you have jealousy in your heart, the thing that you want is going to make it further away from you. It's like that song, "So Close but So Far." You know, it's like yeah, you know, it's like that, and it either makes your journey to get the things you want longer,
Mm-hmm.
or it just doesn't happen for you, or eventually it makes you go do things that could potentially, put others in harm or yourself in harm, and you still don't get it. So
Yeah.
hey, we're in a different time, man. So
So Tim and I grew up in very similar circumstances, I feel. So we identify very strongly with what you've shared so far. And I know that the next step for me, from where we are kind of chronologically in the story, was Kung Fu, me finding myself, me being able to embody my own strength and kind of let myself be free. So where did you kind of find yourself? Was it music?
Music was like, I don't want to say a map, but a compass.
Mm-hmm.
It gave me some type of sense of where to go. And I just feel like the personal things that was going on in my life, because, things are not always what people see of me on social media, like nice cars, jewelry, women, out restaurants. It's not always my life.
Mm-hmm.
I went through things. I've went through a lot of different things, huge financial problems over the years. Man, I could just go on and on, hotel to hotel, not having a place to stay, all those different things. 'Cause, I'm a very independent guy. Like, I've never been the type of guy that just leech off of other people or leech off the girlfriends. It's just like, it makes it harder for that person. And then, when you need things, they can't help you because they're so busy helping you, so or trying to help themselves. So, I most definitely went through some things pursuing music personally. And I just felt like when I was going through my personal things in life, like certain individuals or certain people, whether in the music business or family or friends, they try to do a lot of things to attack my music career. When people see that you're meeting celebrities, doing this and doing that and certain things like that, it's not going to be that many people that's going to congratulate you or want to support you. So I went through a lot of different personal things, and then a lot of people trying to attack my character or who I am, or trying to close doors so I couldn't get through certain doors doing music, stuff like that. Like, people do some of the most craziest stuff. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys experience things in your own world with just haters and, things like that.
Yeah.
But I felt like when I was just going through all those different milestones of my life, I just held on to my music more. Whether I was rapping about different topics or different genres, like whether I was rapping about something that's more sad, I should say, people can feel it when they're listening to it, because this is how I'm feeling and I'm writing it out, not being that detailed, but I'm writing it out and people can feel it. Or I'm just rapping about club scenes, or just any different topics. Like, you can just hear the intensity, you can hear the energy, you can maybe hear the frustration. You can tell that, this is authentic, like something is there with this guy. Like, let's check out a little bit more, So I kind of feel like all the things that I was going through, certain people passing away, my children mom passing away due to, drugs and stuff like that. There's a lot of different changes, a lot of different women coming in and out of my life. Everybody want what they want. They take what they take.
Yeah.
They leave,
Yeah.
And I just felt like the whole time, all I had was music career, my profile, my credentials, my persona, the relationships that I built with people. Like, all those open up doors for me. As far as whether, being honest, like doing music opened up a lot of doors for me, enhanced my dating life for sure. Meeting dope videographers, dope producers, dope people like you. I ran across you guys just doing music. So it opened a lot of doors for me that the streets couldn't open for me. The streets just helped me get to that door. And it was like, hey, the furthest we can go, the train stops here, JR, you know?
You got to hoof it from here, JR.
Yeah. And, you know, just on to like a different journey. But I most definitely say music is most definitely an outlet that helped me express myself and put me on to a positive path where I can focus on streaming royalties and, you know, BMI checks, royalty checks, and checks from MLC and things in that nature, you know, just
right.
Like, hey, if I can accumulate these dollars here, I can accumulate some more. So
yeah,
I feel like music is my rocket sometimes. It'll always take off, but take off.
That's a really great way of putting it, honestly. And
yeah,
in a way too, because like the way music continues on even past like, you know, our lives or our generation, you know, in a way it's like you're planting acorns for massive oaks for your children at some point, because the money that from your music it'll continue coming in, and your kids will be able to reap that.
Yeah, I've been thinking about Ice Age.
You are definitely a father.
Yeah.
Watch that movie too many times, man.
Oh, man. It's such a good movie, though.
I'm sorry, man. Go ahead, bro.
No, you're good, man. That was awesome. That was a good catch. But no, I feel like a lot of people, they do turn to music, like especially during hard times in their life, as like a form of therapy. And to me, it sounds like you've taken that and turned it into kind of a coping mechanism in a way to help you through the hard times. Because it's like, man, you're trying to find success for yourself, but you have people who are like leeching onto you and becoming like these vampires and sucking everything out of your life. Like, but you express these frustrations and, you know, the things that are trying to bring you down. You kind of say that and like punch it off to the side and like continue pushing, man.
Yeah, for sure. Music is my outlet. Not only just hip hop, like love rock and roll. I love pop music. I love jazz. You know, I'm from the rhythm and blues, and so we love music. I'm a different type of person, bro. Like I like Adam Levine. I like Maroon 5. Like nobody can fuck with them. I like 21 Pilots. I like
hell yeah
the Eagles. Hotel California, Witchy Woman. Like I'm like all over the board with music. I love James Brown, man. I like to the hard rock and roll. Like I listen to things that moves me, you know.
Yeah.
If it don't move me, then I don't move. So yeah, man. I love music. I love music.
I definitely imagine so, especially being an artist yourself and having put out, honestly, your music is really good too. Like I don't want that to sound, you know, like, oh, you know, your music is really good, but it is. Like I was listening to it for the past couple of days, and dude, honestly, like I was sitting there and I was like, oh man, hell yeah. Like
it ain't too much. It's just, it's different. It's catchy, bouncy a little bit.
Exactly. Bouncy is a perfect way to describe it, because like I'm just sitting there, I'm bobbing my head. Like I was listening to it today at work and I'm just like typing away at whatever it is I was working on. And I'm just like just having a good time, enjoying it, man. But you can feel your love for music coming through in your music. Like, you know, if people are just making music just to make it, like you can hear it's superficial. It just is what it is. But your music doesn't strike me like that. It strikes me as a person who has put hard work, time, effort, and honestly a lot of raw emotion into it.
For sure, man. I'll be in it. Especially like when I'm working with different producers, listening to different productions, and within the first 3 seconds, if I don't like it, I just go to the next beat. But then I have to give a grace period about 10, 30 seconds because it might cross over and be something more. But for the most part, like, it be the production, man. It be the production. I had people over the past 2 years, like, tell me, like, you need to get more into, like, the more 808s, more up-tempo beats, because that's the current sound of music. Up-tempo beats is more up, more quicker. Some songs are more shorter. And I kind of just ignored it for a while. And then I had a producer, Ronnie Gabbana, that I'm working with, and we're doing some cool tracks right now. He was like, you need to just try it. Just try it. He said, this is what you're missing. The beats you pick is cool, like the Book Me is cool and all that's cool, but you need some beats that's right in the middle for everybody. And I started checking it out, and it brought out more than what I thought. Like the music that I'm about to drop this year, and especially going on to next year, you're going to be able to tell a whole complete difference. Promise you, for sure.
I'm really excited to hear it. I mean, dude, like, I'm really glad you mentioned Book Me, because so I was listening to that. That was the album I was listening to, was the Tales from the Crypt one with the album art on there.
Yeah, y'all doing y'all research. Okay.
Okay. Nardwuar, we're coming for you.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't want to just sit down and be like, so who are you? You know? No, but I was listening to that album, and so what I found really cool about it is the horror influence that you like threw in there. Like some of it was subtle, and then, you know, you have like the actual Tales from the Crypt and the Crypt Keeper on the album artwork. But you know, like, what are you, like, an actual like horror fan?
Yeah, they're classics, bro. That you just come over, just forget about. And I just think Tales from the Crypt was just something that we all are highly aware of, or seen before, or your grandmother, your great grandparents. They know. Like, I don't know why HBO even ditched that show. Like, if they would have brought that shit out every once a year in October, they would make
stupid money. Stupid money.
Yeah, but it was just something that came to me, and I just kind of felt like it would open eyes. Like, who's that? Why is he doing that? You're mad at it.
I do really appreciate that you're gravitating towards what inspires you, and making art based off of what you love, instead of going down that adversarial route we had talked about.
You're going to be big. You're going to be big one day.
I'm trying to get real small, but because I identify with that. If I came from nothing, what can you take from me? Bombshell you dropped earlier. Yeah. So during our initial consult, you talked a lot about how 50 Cent really inspired you, because he also came from the streets, so to speak, but showed that there's another way to do it. And then that's kind of allowed you to grow in your own direction, instead of embodying the route that we often see with people.
Yeah, watching him was huge, because you had quite a pick from all different artists at that time. It was out when 50 Cent was out when I was a kid, but those things was cool at the moment. I didn't think nothing was as real as that guy when he came out. Like, I just think that guy put the gangster back in hip hop for sure.
You want to take me shopping?
I would just say like his approach to hip hop was very impactful, for sure, very influential. It was something that people are familiar with, but they haven't seen like that, and that full unapologetic, like, that's somebody who like owned his character coming out. And I think people just adjusted to it over time, you know, but the things that he had expressed or did gave me interest towards him. But the things he done on a brighter, bigger scale for like the world to see, his influence is what made me feel like there's still hope for me.
Yeah.
You know, you have something like the most poorest neighborhoods or ghettos throughout America, even throughout the world, and they all know 50 Cent.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody can relate to like him, whether it's a lot, just a little bit. A lot of people can relate to him because they're only like 10% of people that's actually in $100,000 bracket a year. So do you have a lot of people that's population that's in poverty? So,
yeah,
to see someone that took to come out of that, continuously keep climbing from like music, because music is dangerous sometimes, most of the time, especially when you're a celebrity. But to go from that and go off into the television industry, and I never seen that before. So
he sold his water company for $4.1 billion.
yeah.
God.
That was amazing too. And just even the shoes and the video game. I think at that time, you're just seeing so much of him in different areas to the point it's like, we know who 50 Cent is.
Yeah.
If we don't like 50 Cent, you know who 50 Cent is, you know? And most of these little badass kids, was, football kids, whatever, if 50% walk on the football field, basketball court, or anywhere, maybe in the daycare, they know who he is. And when the baby goes away, they know, they know who he is. So, just, see someone like that come from nothing is very inspiring, sure.
Especially since a lot of people who are typically like in that successful area, like on the same level as 50 Cent, those people are typically, a lot of them are normally born to a lot of privilege. But, knowing that somebody who is born without having that access to money or whatever, situations that they may have, being able to see them go from that, from bottom to top, man, like that is very inspiring.
And like, he's still hands-on, like with the community, like the people. And I was talking to this chick the other day, I ain't gonna name drop her, but she was like, you talk about him a lot, in your music. And I was like, I mean, that's who influenced me. That's who I say multiple times. And that's what I constantly keep saying. I'm like, last year I was working at Lowe's Hotel, which is like a 5-star franchise hotel. At the time, they had the hotel in Minneapolis, but they sold it. And I was working there doing engineering. And at the time, the general manager, Jason, we was pretty close and cool. He was like giving me tickets to games, and he knew that I do music, so he just like really trying to enhance what I was doing. Things that later on didn't work out with him, but for the meantime, it's like, when does a general manager of a 5-star hotel gives a about your career, right? So, so he was like pretty dope, and he was like, "Oh man, 50 Cent's coming, and I'm gonna try to put you in a room with him." And he was real serious about it. He was at a Timberwolves game, and he sent a few pictures to 50 Cent bodyguard, and he was trying to set it up. Some things kind of happened with him. He was departed from the job. And, but before that happened, since he was telling me like, "Hey, see him, just you want to speak, that's cool, but don't be extra." I'm not an extra person, but I mean, he knew about saying 50, I was most definitely was gonna get out, and for sure. I didn't give a fuck about getting fired or anything, shoot. But he was like, "Man, don't worry about it, no sweat. I'm gonna handle it." And all right, I trust this guy because he's been doing so much just personally, helping me out. So what a coincidence, man. Top floor, coming from the personal elevator, and I see him. I bump right into him. Like literally right into him with just us. And I was like, "What's up, Fifth?" And he looked at me, and somebody like that, he's very, very aware of his surroundings and, remember. And he remembered me because I met him multiple times. The last time before just meeting him dead, he had a bodyguard, and he was super lame, man. I was trying to go on my phone and show him some recent pictures because I actually remembered me. He was like, kind of, but he was being honest.
Yeah.
So I was going I already had the pictures ready on my phone. I was ready. I was prompt. Tried to show it to him, and the security guard was like, I hold my phone down. I looked at Fifth like, "Son, let's go." He like, "No, he cool." Told him to move around. In a sense, he was being nice, but that pissed him off.
Yeah.
And I showed him the pictures. He was like, "Yeah, I remember you." He was genuinely like, "I remember you." And I was like, that's all I ask is just to remember me. I didn't want anything from him. I just want him to just remember, because when that happens for me, he can be like, hey, met this guy multiple times. He was hungry, like, you know. So yeah, I seen him in the hallway and I was like, what's up, Fifth? And, you know, he gave me that look like, what's up? She was like, he took his hand, he was like, what's up, you know? And it was just like that. I said, what's up? He said, what's up? Truthfully, he gave me the moment to speak to him if I wanted to speak to him. He was going to the elevator. I was coming off the elevator.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like he was trying to avoid me. You know, I met celebrities like, I think it's Alex Rodriguez, or the guy, Hispanic guy, he baseball player or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I met him and like he ignored me. I wasn't even fucking there. You know,
oh my God, dude.
Yeah, I spoke to him again outside. Then he spoke, but you know, yeah, 50 most definitely gave me the opportunity to like whatever. If I want to like tell him how I felt or ask him a question, I'm pretty sure he would have gave that advice then. I should have took that shot then. I just didn't do it. And then, you know, the GM of the hotel ended up, you know, being departed from the job. And
yeah.
And I feel like I missed my shot because I was trying to get those backstage passes. And so I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of pissed about that because, bro, I met him all these different times in different states, Texas, Atlanta, and now he's here in Minneapolis working with the Timberwolves and stuff like that. And then, you know, I was promised to, you know, make this happen, which the guy was going to make it happen, was able to make it happen. It didn't happen. Then I just saw this guy in the hallway and I didn't even, that was tough.
I imagine so.
That was tough. That was tough, but it was rewarding for me still, just seeing him, observing the frequency, the energy. Because a lot of people that do come around me, or whether I'm dating or just meeting people, whatever, they tell me you got high energy, you know? And I'm like, that comes from small percentage of genetics, somewhat being out here on a high level, if that's safe to say, and then just meet a lot of celebrities. So you can just kind of get to this guy and seen things and been around people for sure. So
yeah.
But yeah, you know, and it's crazy, me not meeting him. Well, me not getting a chance to have the proper opportunity to present my music or whatever to him at the time. That pissed me off, man. That pissed me off so bad that I was not gonna let that go, and I had to figure out how to make me feel better. So I went to New York. So I went to New York and I went to his platform called thisis50.com. So you get some of the most aspiring entertainers, entrepreneurs, artists. They all come there, tell their story, and interview. And I was able to sit down with DJ Thorough, give him an interview. That was pretty dope. And at that time, I have a feature with Young Buck that is originally from G Unit. Them two are not getting along right now, type of thing. So, you know, I'm still representing Tennessee, Memphis, you know, Young Bucks from Nashville. So that's their kind of situation. It's like, you know, and I was bold enough to take a track with Young Buck all the way to New York to 50 Cent's platform. That made me hungry.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that's drive and motivation right there. I mean, first of all, like when you were talking about how like things didn't actually end up working out with you being able to go backstage, but you still ran into him, like that's like the universe is being like, hey man, you guys are going to have to connect at some point. Like it's going to happen. But
someone told me that he a buster now, so I can't give him his credit, but he did tell me that the universe knows what you want. They know it. It's out there. But that's all I've been putting out there.
Yeah.
So eventually it's going to meet, you know, I'm spending thousands of dollars on major features. I'm working with different people. I'm trying to enhance my music, evolving my music.
Yeah.
Trying to get my music out to the right people, and having a distribution deal with Empire right now is awesome. And I also got a distribution deal with Rock Nation. Just haven't released anything with them. I don't even know. I'm probably going to release with them. All right, you're going to stick with Empire, maybe.
Yeah, I would say each of us, we already are who we will be. That being is already within us, right?
Yes.
So you're already where you're going to be. You just haven't realized it yet, if that makes any sense.
I follow exactly what you're saying.
But I do want to talk about what this next evolution is for you. How are you expanding and growing? Because you're talking so much about all this music you're putting out either later this year or early next year.
Or this month.
We're excited to share that. All right. So what's up? What's next? How are you growing?
That's a big question.
The one's worth asking.
I am growing by being more receptive to what's going on around me, minimize being naive, start using my mind more, with less the heart just a little bit. Just working more, because I do a lot of work and then I think did something. I didn't do anything. Got to keep working. I got to keep working until it works. So I think that's what's my mission right now, is just keep working until it works. Doing more interviews, more shows, different type of music that's going to reach out to different ranges, but you can get out of my character doing the music. But I most definitely want to just put myself out there more. And that's my whole idea right now. Marketing.
I love the idea that you want to do all this additional, like put in more work, but you don't want to lose yourself in the work. And I think that's incredible.
I can lose myself in the music like Eminem, but I don't want to get lost. I don't want to get lost, but
yeah. You don't want to actually lose who you are as a person. Because, I mean, you and I have only had the opportunity to talk now for about 40 minutes or so, and I think you're an amazing human being. Like, dude, you're putting in so much work. You're really focused on who you are, and you're really pushing for more. Dude, what more can there be out of a life?
I can do the hook assignment. I can be professional. I got confidence that I can act. I can rap. I can look for talent. I want to work with different people. Like, I know all these things are there. I know I can do it. I know I can be an executive one day. I can put my hands in these different things and help, whether if it's not me, the one that's shining, or me just being like the rapper Rocco that I got a feature with, a dope guy out of Atlanta. But this guy is who discovered and blew the actual artist Future up. And everyone knows who Future is, like one of the hugest rappers in the world.
Yeah.
So whether it's me blessing someone else in their career, someone that's younger than me, giving them an opportunity, that's where I'm at with it, man. I want to be able to open up more doors, build more opportunities, and do more outside of just rap, like fashion, movies. Like, fashion is always a seller. Fashion, liquor, and you want to say movies, but now series are kind of taking over. So I just want to be able to put my hands in these things, whether I'm on the screen or off the screen. Because some of the most inspiring artists are doing other things besides just music, or some people you thought that were just one-hit wonders are writing everybody's hits.
Yeah.
So I think I have the foundation, the understanding of where I want to go and where I want to be with things. It's just all about the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the opportunity. Some people know that I'm dope. You got some doubters and haters that know that I'm dope, but it's just all about the opportunity.
Yeah.
It's very competitive. It's very competitive. So that's why I never look towards like different rappers or to like help my career. I most definitely look towards like executives or people that's been in the game for a long time, that's about 40, 50, 60 years old. These people that was before us that knows everyone. Like, those are the people that I target for my career. Like, I have people that's paying attention to me for sure. Like Def Jam, Scott over there, Ron over with, I think he's with Columbia. Like, these people that, you know, I haven't got the opportunity yet, but they're DMing me. They're saying, hey, I see you. You know, I think the eyeball's moving. Just paying attention to me a little bit. I just got to figure out how to break the glass, man. I got to figure out how to break the glass.
One thing that really impressed me, especially on the Tales from the Crypt album, was you know, I was listening through your discography here, and the titular song for the album, Playa 3, has their own song almost entirely until the end, where you just call out that it is your track. So just to highlight that you're not talking about it, you're being about it, highlighting these other artists and bringing them on.
Oh yeah, for sure. Playa 3 is a dope group out of Memphis, Tennessee. There's 3 individuals in the group. Truthfully, I have not heard much from them. Pretty sure they're out there doing their thing. They're taking care of themselves. I think when I was putting that project together, I was just like, you know, I just want to work with some different talent, you know, because I seen that they was doing music and stuff like that. And just wanted to see how it was going to work, and it worked out great. Like, sometimes I don't always have to be the one. I could take the back seat. I think they did a great job. I was able to get the full session back, sit with some engineers, you know, 420 it out, listen to it, figure out how I was going to mix it, put it together. Came, managed to put my voice on it, stamp it, and I was out there for the world to listen to. It's there, it's permanent, you know. So
it was a really, it caught me off track when I first heard it too, because you don't see that very often, especially from, you know, people who have a lot of energy when they are on their own music or on the track. You don't see them give up a lot of that time to other people,
for someone else.
Yeah, but first of all, it's a great song, so I highly recommend for the listeners, just go check out the entire Tales from the Crypt album. It's really fun. It's a great listen from beginning to end. And honestly, Playa 3, they did a great job. So definitely a really cool opportunity. And it's just really nice to see somebody who's like, hey, you know, I want to help people out, but I'm also definitely going to be doing it. Like, you don't just say it, you live it.
I try to work with a lot of people, try to give a lot of people advice with there's artists, models, because people are inspired by me. They have their different ways of showing it, whether they tell me or they just watch my stories all day long, you know? So pay attention to that. I give people advice, and sometimes they take it, sometimes they don't. I do understand the saying that what works for you might not work for me, but that's just a theory if you're not trying it to see if it actually works.
Yeah.
So I have had multiple artists, especially here in Minnesota, reach out to me and like, hey, how did you get on this platform? And hey, how did you get on that platform? And how do you make that happen? And I kind of be startled for a second, because I got my ways of getting to money and things like that in that nature. But these be some individuals that supposed to be racked up, like they're supposed to have all the money in the world. But then you can't figure out your marketing. How do you have this amount of money? I don't even have that amount of money, you know, but you can't figure out the marketing. You just a dummy with money in your pocket, basically. You know, you're saying you rap and things like that, but you don't know which way your direction is going. And so sometimes, you know, because when I first started doing music, I was in the streets. I was okay. I could just say that, if that's safe to say. But the whole time, that money wasn't always there. So when the money ran dry, it was the drive. The talent was put on ice, but it was a drive to get my car out the water back onto land. And then the talent kicked in. Then let's go get some money. Now we got all 4 wheels running. We good. So, to see artists, especially here in Minnesota, that done major features with these big ass artists. I'm talking about nothing. You don't hear anything else from them again, or right somewhere nodding off right now, or it's just like nothing's there because they're not pushing it enough. And then the people that probably paying features for, they're not even pushing back with them. Like for me, I only got 3 major features out of my whole 5-6 years of doing music, and that's all within this year and some of last year. But these people correspond with me. I can text them. Like Rocco's probably like the only one. Like if I text him, he gonna get back to me when he get back to me. It's nothing personal, but that's the Don, So if there's something that's there, he gonna respond back. If it ain't, everybody else they allow me to build a relationship with them. I really don't even need a push if I get a feature from anybody. I don't need no push from y'all because I have that persona. I have that energy. All I need is your vocals, your verse. As long as you clear it, stuff like that, we good. I can upload it. It's gonna generate off of me because I'm who I am. But I've been seeing artists that work with some big people, man, and their campaign is nowhere near past mine. I mean, some huge artists, you'll be like, what's missing? They're not passionate about it.
Right.
They're just doing it just for some, and that's about it. Yes, you say you're trying to get your music to a certain level. I think the people that's in the Spotify, Apple Music offices, and all those different people that's in different entities of music, I'm sure they pay attention to, does this guy already have the drive to do music?
Yeah.
Are we wasting our time or our money with advertising this guy? He's going to bring revenue back. So I like the skin I'm in, man. I like that I have to work for mine and people can see me work for it. They see the drive. They see that he wants it. He's passionate about it. So it's like, when a million has come in, do I need to wear jewelry? I have it. I don't wear it, but do I need to wear jewelry? No. My value is what's going to speak for itself. But then when I put that jewelry on, it's going to be immaculate because it's not just the jewelry or the things that I have that's selling my image. It's me that's selling my image. And then the shit that I put on me is what sells it. So it's like that's what makes me different from a lot of artists. I think most of them are just not true to themselves and what they do, and they're in it for all the wrong reasons. And I got to filter through these different people so I can get to where I want to be, because there's 1,000 sheep all going bad, but which one is the golden one that we need to take out this bunch? So it's like, I get it for the executives and people that are out there looking for talent. They just don't know how it is. So I got to make that happen.
So you have all 4 wheels spinning. You're just looking for the road, man. You're just looking for the road.
Sure.
And when you get there, you're not gonna hit the brakes, man. And I love that, because you're right, man. Because like a lot of people, they'll hit their, they'll get their 15 minutes in fame or whatever it is, and they're cool with it. They're like, whatever, man. I made money. I'm out. I don't have to put the work in, or I don't even know how to put the work in at this point. They don't care. But you're not like that. I like that you mentioned that you got the jewelry, and when you wear it, it's going to be ready. It's like you're polishing your crown. You don't need to wear the crown right now, but you got it ready for when you're going to bust it out. I love that.
Sure.
That's inspiring, man. Seriously.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah. Appreciate it, man.
So as we're coming towards the end of the interview here, we are always looking towards the future. So how do you see the success that you realized and that you're going to realize impacting the younger generation in the community? And what advice could you give to young people who are looking up to you, but are surrounded by those difficult circumstances?
I see myself most definitely breaking barriers. I see myself putting myself in rooms that I never thought that existed, putting myself in rooms that people are actually going to cheer for me more than give me the upside down face. I really am going to strive, as much as I can to get my music out there to the right people, to be successful, to help the ones that want to help themselves. Because we can't help everybody. We try to help everybody. We back to zero you go.
Yeah.
But I see myself putting myself out there on a highest platform that I can potentially go. Because, it's all about making sacrifices. You got to be able to make sacrifices. Got to be able to put yourself out there. Got to be willing to lose sleep. Got to be willing to lose friends. You got to be able to adjust. Sometimes things have to adjust to you. And I think for me, man, I want to be an advocate. Like, I want to be someone that people wants to come to, that's inspired to, whether it's for information or guidance in the music business and things like that. So that's a good question you asked me, man. I just want to say, I just want to be great at what I do, and I want to be able to take the opportunities that's given to me, and I want to be able to open up the doors for certain people when the time is right. Because, for instance, I don't really know you two guys, but let's just say you say, hey, Jay, I want to give you an opportunity doing this, and I have to take this opportunity and make the best of it. But obviously, you would probably want to bring other people along. I would have to make sure that these are the right people that I'm referring, and also get with the people that's giving me the opportunity and be like, hey, how do you feel about these individuals? Can we make it work? So I want to be able to be that guy in the music industry that connects the dots without pissing people off. I want to be able to do liquor deals and these different type of things and not piss people off, because it's the issue that we're kind of dealing with right now, is pissing people off. Someone's paying you $40 million to advertise this liquor brand, or $60 million to advertise liquor brand. How much they're paying you a year? Then, truthfully, there's going to be some dead ends. There's going to be some issues. There's going to probably be some unfair situations. But I think people kind of get lost in the fact that the opportunity was given to you. I think that's important for people to just remember when opportunities are given to you. Take advantage of it. You open up more doors for more other people. I'm the type of guy, if I feel like if it's too risky, if it's too threatening for me, I'd rather just step down, or I'd rather just have that conversation.
Yeah.
You don't want to piss people off to give you opportunities, man.
Yeah.
So, and that's just the business. That's whether if you're in the corporate world, whether you're working for a shoe brand, you're working for a stylist, you're in the NFL, anything that's involving the big bucks. Someone give you the opportunity, you got to be able to walk into that situation with things that's negotiable from your perspective, things that you want to happen. You got to be aware of your business, but once you pursue that business, there's no, this and that and this and that, and then you forgetting about everything that was put in front of you. So it's a hard position, but I think some people forget that it's business.
Somebody one time explained to me that the road to success is not paved with the bodies of your peers. And I think you've embodied that a lot with what you've said too, because you don't have to burn bridges. You don't have to stab people in the back to get ahead. You can rise, man. Yeah. And on top of that too, like, I personally, just judging from our conversation here, I really think one day there's going to be some young individual who's going to walk by you at an elevator and just take the opportunity real quick to say hi. I think that's going to be, I think one day somebody's going to be looking to you, man, because they're like, man, this guy did it. I can do it too. So continue on the path that you're doing and being that inspiration for the younger generations and the people who may be facing life from a difficult standpoint. I think, man, you're an inspiration, and a lot of people can look up to how you're driven and motivated to keep pushing forward.
Just keep working and staying focused is my main my main thing. And even at the end of this, when I do get to where I want to go, I'm probably going to meet a ton of people that want opportunities.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give them that instant opportunity that can change their life overnight. But I might slide you a card, somebody to call to get your music to, so you can be part this to get your level up here. And then if you can make it all the way up to where I'm at, then I can reach down and help you. Because you see some artists and some people all the time, they bump into people and there's nothing there. They give you nothing. And they don't have to give you anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you see someone is trying, give them a ladder. Might be even longer to get to you, but it's further than where they at now. And if they made it that far, then, they deserve a spot on power, something like that. So, that's where it's all about to me, man. Just continue to keep working until it works.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Young Junior, we're at a point in the show right now where I want to ask you, can you tell us, like, let's let the audience know, like, where can they find you? Where's your music at? And what projects can people be looking forward to?
Whatever you listen to, Spotify, Apple Music, any DSPs is out. You want to search Young JR, my latest single right now by Young JR, which is YOUNGJR. Latest single would be Good Promotion, featuring Young Buck from G Unit. Or you may find one of my hot singles called Book Me, Young JR. It's called Book Me. And once you look up that single, one of those two singles, it should have all the rest of my music that's there. As far as social media, TikTok, official Young JR 101. Instagram is official, the word official, OFFICIALYOUNG JR, official Young JR, Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, Young JR, which is like my personal artist page. You want to get just closer to me, more the people that I deal with, and support me on Facebook. You can find me on Memphis Junior, like the city Memphis, and then the actual name, the word Junior. That's the best place to find me. But the link is in my bio, my Instagram, all my music is on my page, on my Facebook. So if a person wants to find the music, they're going to find me.
Hell yeah. We'll make sure we have the links down in our description below so our audience can find you as well. Make it just an easy click and boom, they're already there and they can find the music. For any of our listeners, good promotion.
And one more thing, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
one
go
more
ahead.
thing for you go. The latest single that I have right now is Young with Good Promotion featuring Young Buck. And I have a new single that's going to be dropping hopefully on Halloween. It's called Conever, featuring Rocco, which is a huge artist out of Atlanta. Someone who did discover Future and blow him up. I always got to put that out to get him man's props. And Lil Chat, which is a legend in Memphis. She's formerly known for the group 3-6 Mafia with DJ Paul and, Juicy J, Project Bad, rest in peace, Lil Infamous. So I have two legends on the track. It's dope. It's crazy. I'm gonna send y'all a track when we end this, so y'all can hear it. I'm gonna be releasing that. So Good Promotion and Could Never are two singles off of my upcoming first mixtape album called Coming Off the Bench. That should be dropping maybe the end of this year, maybe in January of next year. So right now I'm just giving the people just two strong songs that they can vibe out with as we anticipate my first mixtape that's coming. And this mixtape is coming will be all plays, no skips. I guarantee you. No skips.
I look forward to it. I can't wait, man. Good Promotion it's a banging song, man. I was listening to that one too. I made sure I listened to as much of your music as I humanly could get in, man. But Good Promotion is damn good. So I highly recommend the listeners go give it a check out. Go check out Young Junior on all of his social media too. He does post a lot of like reels as well. He made one with a reference to Michael Myers, which had me cackling, man.
Really?
Yeah, I saw that shit.
Yeah, I was keeping up.
Dude, I was dying. That's why that horror thought process. I was like, damn, this guy must really like horror movies.
If you love her, keep chasing her.
Yeah,
Sign Michael Myers.
That's exactly. And you got the Halloween theme playing in the background, dude. That had me dying. But Young Junior, thank you so much for joining us on the show this week. We really appreciate it. You're an awesome man. You're doing some awesome stuff. You're gonna hit big. I fully feel it in my soul.
You guys too. I already see right now. You guys doing what y'all do, but Barstool, somebody gonna come with that big check for y'all. See it coming. Y'all ain't doing this for nothing. I can see it.
It'll be the three of us, man. We'll all be up there on the winner's podium.
It's all good, man. That's what I want to see.
Same.
So I really want to shout out the listeners. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with us. Hearing from young JR that life is an adventure and we're all still trying to figure it out.
Facts.
One of the key things I'm taking away from this conversation that really resonated was find those that want to see you win and forget those that want to see you fail. They're on a totally different trajectory than we are. And just like young JR, you need to like the skin you're in. Be true to yourself. And as you grow, become an advocate. Keep the door open and seize those opportunities that are coming in front of you.
To all the listeners again, if you found this episode insightful and you want to hear more from Young JR, please go check him out on his socials. Links will be down below. If you also want to help support No Streetlights directly, you can check us out on all of our socials. Follow, leave a like, subscribe to us on YouTube, Apple, Spotify. Wonderful places where you can find our show. We drop a new episode every week, so we love being able to bring these kind of stories and opportunities to you to hear. So thank you all very much. We really do appreciate it.
Quick little reminder, our podcast is for entertainment purposes and cannot be substituted for professional medical advice. If you need help now, please call 911 or you can call or text 988 for immediate intervention.
If you want protracted support, you can always check out betterhelp.com/NSLP, where you'll be able to get 10% off your first month, where you can sit down with a therapist remotely on your own schedule, and they can help you work through whatever it is that you're going through. Aaron and I are big fans of therapy, and I think focusing on bettering yourself and becoming the person that you want to be, those are very important goals in life. So we want to make sure that we have opportunities and resources provided to all of you. But as I always like to end these episodes, I just want to remind all of you, be good to yourselves and each other.
We love you.
So take a breath, you're right on time. No street lights, but we're finding our way. In the dark, but we've got something to say.